Welcome to another episode of Rican. I am Crazy Leg Lou, stuck on a wheelchair, and this is
Fast break mode here. Not on the wheelchair. Don't want to hate, but I gotta say it.
He's a cripple hater.
Dude, exciting stuff. I mean, come tomorrow you have the premiere opening, season 2 of Andor, season 2.
Yeah.
Battle
of the Big Boys, Amazon versus Disney.
True. The Last of Us versus Andor. Which side will you take? I mean,
well, it's not really versus because I mean you can always rewatch it.
You can rewatch it. It's true.
People
record it,
but we don't record no more, like I said earlier before the show. But anyway,
you already said you'd do it, so you can't back out of it now.
I said it, I'd do it. Yeah,
that's why I put my head down when he does. One of those moments when you see me do that, I'm like, he'll figure it out.
Yes,
but it's not that, because again, Disney, and like I said, I think they're trying to go for broke, because remember, with the last show that Star Wars made by the name we shall not name, that was horrible.
It was terrible.
It was terrible. And what's funny is that they're bringing it back. I know. Hold on. There is a silver lining to this. They're only bringing back the to Star Wars, to Disney Plus, to show everything in the background, which is set design, music, everything they did. Because I have to admit, for set design, for locations, the artist, I would say the artistry and the look of what makes Star Wars Star Wars.
I like the characters.
Top notch.
The design on the characters' faces.
Yeah. When they do the small creatures.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna be honest. Acolytes wasn't the best thing out there for Star Wars.
Supposed to say the name.
I'm sorry.
You're bringing bad juju.
I'm sorry. But it wasn't the best thing. But the characters that they used, I felt could have been used, or still could be used in later episodes, in different shows.
Yeah, but you could tell that they're going for broke.
Yeah,
because off the bat already by the first and second week they were getting like the worst. I mean, this was rated lower than the Star Wars Christmas episode in what, 78, 79?
Yeah.
You can't get lower than that. No, you are the lower end of it. I mean, wow.
And it had potential. It really did.
Yes.
It had potential.
I always said it. The storyline was great, but the execution, not so much.
I mean, there was a scene that's both of our favorites when the Sith comes down behind and he just flicks with his two fingers.
I know.
That
I mean, he just did like a boricua. Yeah, bye bye.
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
mujer.
Yeah. he that scene was amazing the way he snuck down. It's like all the character in front had to say like, he's behind me, isn't he?
And you saw, and it's reminiscent. And just for a moment, because of that scene, when I see the Sith coming down the way it did, it was reminiscent to me of the MonsterVerse, not the MonsterVerse, the Toho Godzilla Final Wars. In that scene where it's like final boss scene, blows up the meteor, Godzilla's standing in one place, and behind him is this other alien that does the same thing. I think the guy must have taken it from there. Because it was awesome. It was awesome. I was like, oh, he's floating down. I said, oh.
And it upsets me because in the last scene of that, which shall not be named,
thank you,
you have a scene where it actually shows Darth Plagueis. And it should have opened the doors for that character, because Darth Plagueis is everyone is curious about him ever since he was mentioned in the prequel trilogies.
Yep, the return of the Sith, if I'm not mistaken, the conversation between Anakin and Palpatine.
Yes, and I actually ordered the book. I'm going to start reading it this week. The Plagueis, Darth Plagueis.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Send me the link to that. I want to take a look at it myself.
Yeah.
Because to me, that was going for broke at the end. Because not only did you have Plagueis at the very end, at the what you call the end credit, where you have Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm like, it shouldn't have been. To me, it's like if this is why I say the execution is like they went back and forth. It was like a bad version of a Quentin Tarantino idea. You know, going forwards, then going back, and you don't give you a whole back, then they go forwards again, and it's like, wait, the only one I know that can execute something like that, but beautifully, and keep you involved in the story, Quentin Tarantino. That's
Yes.
you know, if you're gonna do a Tarantino, do it right. Do it right. Do it right so that, and I don't mean just us as as nerds watching this and going, oh yeah, yeah, geeking out. I'm talking about everyone in general, because in the long run, it boils down to where we will like it because we know the source material. But the average person that's walking out and saying, well, I love a Star Wars movie, but has no idea what it is, sits down, doesn't know the whole lore of everything that's going on like we would do, and fellow nerds out there that are watching, you sit down there and they'll go, okay, I like it. It's like...
not knowing that it's not what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. So it's like that was the poor execution of it. Because that was like all over the place. Like, what the hell?
Was that latest Star Trek Section 31?
Oh yeah.
Now, just to piss off my partner here, I'm gonna say it. That which shall not be named, acolytes. I found it way better than Section 31, though.
Ooh, fighting words.
I did find it better.
Fighting words.
I did find it better, and it was longer, not just an hour and a half show, which kind of.
It's a feature film. What do you compare it to?
It's a feature film. What do you compare it to? Yeah. It's a feature film. You could tell that's how it sounded because he said it's a feature. His voice.
It is. It's a feature film, dude. You're comparing it to a show. I mean,
his voice went to Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. The only things that were great about it is Plagueis, Yoda, the fight scenes. Oh, the fight scenes were great.
Yeah.
Fight scenes were great. Yeah. I was like, I have to admit, they at least kept that. And then it'll come to me. Hold on.
Yeah.
The
Matrix lady.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
False advertising.
But that falls into the great fight seating. So I'm still finding the other one.
When he slides down in the back of the character.
That's action scene.
That's action scene.
Yeah. But I'm just finding great drama. Oh, and no drama. That's right.
Oh.
No drama.
Yes.
All fluff.
Yeah, but
all fluff, no drama, man. I'm just saying.
But Section 31 had so much hype. Mm-hmm. Hell, the little bits and scenes in the Star Trek universe that they showed up in was better than Section 31, the actual film. I'm sorry. Yep. There goes the Mo face.
Mm-hmm. I'm having a sip here. I'm going to take my moment before I flip my communicator and send him somewhere else.
Yeah. But that's sad.
Without the chair.
That's sad when those little clips. I mean, in Deep Space Nine. Yeah, that clip in that whole scene when Section 31 showed up.
Yeah, well, that was in Deep Space Nine.
That was Deep Space Nine with the Doctor.
With the Doctor, but the Doctor. Wait.
Yeah.
Bashir? Okay. Yeah. Bashir.
Yeah, they showed up. The Section 31 showed up.
But that was in the show. Right. In the series.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, be careful with that. I know many that will go to war.
All right.
I'm going to sit back and watch.
But that scene alone was better than the Section 31 movie.
I won't argue with that. It's like it was a lot of hype, and again, the thing that saved it the most was Michelle Yeoh, because we loved her character. We love how she does. Giorgio Augustus.
Yes.
So, but everyone else, I'm like, where do you fit?
Yeah.
And it felt like, and another podcast had mentioned this before, that it felt more like a pilot movie. I mean, a pilot show, because that's what it was intended to be, a show.
Yeah.
So when they did it as a film, it was, they only tweaked one thing here, tweaked one thing here, but they lost they gave it the idea that there's more to come.
This is what I expected from Section 31.
Mm-hmm.
In Section 31, they've always dealt with Starfleet officers.
Mm-hmm. And they're not.
They only had one Starfleet officer there.
Just the one.
Just the one. The rest, who were they? They should have just dealt. And if I was going to do a Section 31 series,
mm-hmm.
I would have, in all honesty, a different. Keep the core
mm-hmm.
members, maybe 3 people, 4 people, but then go into different Starfleet characters. that have a dark episode, that have a dark
Well, they kind of did,
but they weren't Starfleet.
They weren't Starfleet. You're right about that. That right there was another thing that they said they had another. I mean, it felt like a pilot. It felt like an A-team where you had these vagabond
B team. No.
I won't argue that one. No, I won't argue with that one. Even though Acolytes were the D team, but I'm not gonna argue about that one.
Why D?
Because that's what it thought. Just saying. So in that essence, I had heard it all, and I'm like saying it's just a pilot. As you mentioned before, that the idea could be that they throw that out there, even though it's supposed to be a show, but instead, why not make it a recurring film instead of a show, which would be affordable and intriguing, because then people are going to jump to theaters if they present it in theaters or they do it online. Fine, but as long as they build what they started, because it's like you start off the bat and already like 2 people are gone. It's like, what the hell is this crew?
Every 3 months, a Section 31 should come out,
and there shouldn't be. I mean, I love his accent. I love that he can do them. But I never thought I'd see an Irish Vulcan. Okay, that's just quite unnatural as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, they should have.
They should have changed a lot of things, but they threw it in there for flavor. And okay, great, you got good flavor going on. But now people are like, I want more. I don't know if I want more. It seemed interesting, but I'm not that interested in it. So it's like it tugs at you. Goes this way, that way, this way, that way. Until you get another one, hopefully get another one, and then adds and builds.
And the character Giorgio, she is from the series originally Discovery, which originated in the past.
Yes, well, it originated in the past.
And went to the future.
And then went into the future. So this actually takes place in the past.
Right, so then if it takes place in the past, why does everything look more modern than the? That's what.
It's Section 31. Section 31 is specific for the fact that 1, they gather information. 2, they actually work on getting the latest technology. Some of it eventually will go into the fleet itself, like comm badges. Because in season 2, they had a comm badge that you could tap and communicate. And you're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
But that's because they look and research into new technologies, new defensive systems, new everything.
What I think they should do is take Section 31, besides flushing it down the toilet, take Section 31, and I'm only saying that to bug you. Take Section 31, and every time they show an episode, let's say even if it comes on once every 3 months, put a character we're comfortable with. Put a character we've seen, like somebody from what is that? The Captain Pike's scene.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds.
Yes, put somebody from there.
Crossover.
Yeah. One character. Just put one character in there.
Yeah, just crossover
for that episode. Yeah, that's it.
Crossovers are good. Crossovers, they did it in Strange New Worlds when they had Lower Decks.
Yes.
In that episode called Old Scientist.
Yes, and I love that episode.
Oh, I could watch that 100 times. I still love
that episode. Yeah. Now, and I would, who I would put? I would put the lady that in the last season got in trouble from Strange New Worlds. What's her name?
Rebecca Romaine. Yes. She plays number 1.
Yeah.
Woodachin Riley.
She should have been put into Section 31 for at least one time too.
Or just for an episode that required maybe her help in that.
Exactly.
And she does go above and beyond.
And redeem herself.
Well,
not so much redeem herself, but starting the process of redeeming herself.
Well, that's, I mean, the crew recovered from that. What they understood her position. That much I can say, because she's already had a long time history of it. And in the Old Scientist episode, it shows that her influence reached into 121 years later, because Boimler had the recruitment poster that shows her. I forgot the Espera. Damn, I forgot the quote that was used, but the quote he used showed in that episode when she was on trial was used for the recruitment. So she became the poster person where everybody wanted to join Starfleet because of her.
Speaking of recruitment, we're going to go to a commercial break, and if anybody wants to join us and tell other people to come in, and we'll recruit you.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi, I am Charles Laloma, and I am the owner of the LDM Network, and I hope that you're enjoying this episode. But if you want to see past episodes of this show or any other of our shows, go to the ldmnetwork.net. We have large contents of different type of shows, and we even have podcasts. So again, check them out at ldmnetwork.net. So without further ado, let's get back to this episode.
Welcome back. We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Star Wars is better than Star
Says
Trek.
the man who says recruit. What the hell the recruit?
I don't know.
What are you getting the idea?
It's Saturday. I had a handicap moment.
You had a handicap moment?
Yes.
Recruitment.
Recruitment.
We have nothing to offer. Not even a freaking cookie. Not even a Starfleet cookie.
That's because you ate all the cookies.
I know. They were good.
Jesus Christ.
Now, next. Next. So the weekend battle that's coming up, as we mentioned before, and it's going to be, man, Last of Us is good. Video game turned into live action, and after watching that one season, I'm like, wow.
That one season and that one episode.
Which one?
There's
so many good scenes in every episode.
The one that showed the two men that fell in love.
Oh.
That was well written. That was.
I didn't see that coming.
No.
I didn't see that coming.
No.
I really didn't. I thought they were going to be best buddies.
Yes.
And then they were in bed. I'm like, what's he doing? I'm like, oh. Yes. So they're going that way. But these are people that were not gay. They just became connected. And then after that became a relationship. But they didn't push it. That's what I like about it, is that they didn't throw it in your face. They didn't make you say, well, this is a woke initiative. We did this to throw that in there. No. Yes. They just told the story of two people surviving in a very, how can I say, dystopian future.
They insinuated. They didn't show it. They insinuated that it's there, that it exists.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't show it. And that was so well written that I watched that episode about 3 times.
Yeah, because it's the human, how can I say, the human condition of what happens in a situation where, I mean, your comforts are gone. You're practically, running for your life, trying to find a safe place to be. And then you're in that safe place. What happens? I mean, at first it was like, I think he was ready to blow him away, thinking he was one of those creatures, but it wasn't.
And the old man's property was well
kept. He was fenced, electric, all of it. I'm like, he
grew
knew
his own stuff.
Yeah,
he knew it.
He knew survival. He knew what to do. But the romance between the two, being like a refugee,
a bromance.
Exactly, and then that bromance developed into a relationship. So when they sit down, they start talking about things. I'm like, it's like, okay, I'm like, I get it now. I do get it, because you're in that situation. You're by yourself, and this is it.
I've always said
you do what you do.
I've always said I don't think love should have any boundaries.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't matter.
I would agree. In that situation like that, it doesn't matter at that point. It doesn't matter. I mean, what, you're going to get judged by who? By what? Yeah. And the way it ended too, it was like, if you find us, the window is open, blah blah blah, for that, because he decided to die with him. Yes. Not be alone. Die with him, which is a very romantic note about it. It has remnants of Nicholas Sparks' what is it, The Notebook. In the end, the couple laid in bed and eventually died together. Yes. So
that's a dope movie.
Yeah. I'm secure enough to say that I've seen that enough times that I can tell you that, as far as Nicholas Sparks is concerned, love this film. That one.
Yeah, no, it touched. It was.
Oh yeah, it was. It touched.
I don't.
It hits home. It hit home where it counts when you look at yourself and you say,
because a situation like that can happen to anyone.
oh yeah,
I mean,
yeah. It doesn't have to be dystopian. That's all that matters is who you connect with and why.
Yeah.
Why you connect with that person. And eventually they had things in common and they were both helping each other, supporting each other. Even when one got sick, the other was there to help.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it might have been a pain in the ass, I said it, situation between the two when it comes to arguing like a couple would, they got past that.
Yes.
It's because it was about them. It wasn't about nothing else but them and how they related to each other because all they had was each other. That's it.
This past week, they've been giving each day a season of Game of Thrones. Now, you'd be surprised who's in Game of Thrones that's got their own little series now. Like, for example,
House of the Dragon.
No, Game of Thrones itself, the original.
Oh, okay.
They have the girl from.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be Supergirl, Girl of Tomorrow. Oh, I'm still thinking about House of the Dragon. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about Game of Thrones. The little girl.
Mm-hmm.
She became the girl from The Last of Us.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, and then you have Pasquale's character,
Mm-hmm.
who was also there. He got his head squeezed.
Oof.
Yeah.
It wasn't pretty.
Game of Thrones, I could watch that over and over.
But I like watching it during the Draco days with the Draco days for me were like awesome to see. What's his name? He's gonna be Jason Momoa. When Jason Momoa is Draco,
Yes.
those are the days I love the most because that boy know how to put somebody. When he's king. He's king for a reason,
Yes.
bro.
Those guys on that movie?
Yeah, there were guys on that movie.
Anyway,
That is the omnipotent voice with a confusing thought, but we helped him with that. But
I
yes,
thought that was only girls.
No,
That's the only thing
no.
I noticed. Oh.
well, of course, Emily. What's her name? Emily, who was the queen. I was like, yeah, I know it is her. Woo! God bless you. You're
she
beautiful.
actually had to change her contract.
Well, 'cause,
The dragon lady, the queen of dragons.
Yeah.
She after season 3 or 2, she had to change the contract because
They
in
do.
every scene they wanted her naked.
I'm
So
mad with them.
no, I'm
I'm
not mad with them either.
either.
But she felt like that was being over. They were overly doing it.
Oh, yeah.
True.
So
true.
since she was a
It
character
was
that
for
was
my eyes only anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's why.
since she was a vital character to that series, then she said, I want this
No,
changed.
it makes sense that because during those times, she might have been like that every day, all the time.
Yeah.
But you don't want to convey that thought, especially in this day and age where people can easily get confused and think, oh, that's the way it should be. Yes. And then there are certain people that just like, look, I'll pay you to keep your clothes on. Okay. I'll pay you to keep your clothes on.
Yeah.
Now I have this battle scene where my brothers and I,
Mm-hmm.
we talk about this. Which battle scene do you think is better? The Lord of the Rings when they go against Helm's Deep, or
Or
the battle scene with the Ice King, the Night King.
oh,
Which battle scene was better?
wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
My brother says the Lord of the Rings. I don't know because that battle scene with the Night King. I mean, it was
The Ice King.
the Ice King. Yeah,
It
I mean,
was.
and
Especially when
it
they
was
got
a
the
build-up.
dragon, when they got their dragon.
Yes.
I was like, dragon versus dragon. I'm like, oh, this
Yes.
is. Well, of course, he was outnumbered 2-1, but still, on a one-on-one, I don't think that other one would have made it. The
Yeah.
actual dragon, the ice dragon, was like.
Yeah, the Blue Eyes Red Dragon as it turned
But-
into a Yu-Gi-Oh.
But if you turn to Lord of the Rings, that scene was like 1.5 films done. I mean, it was a very long
Yes.
battle scene, and when they broke in, boy, it was every man for himself, and they just with tactical precision just kind of like lulled them all into one
Yeah.
place. Kind of did like what Leonidas did in 300. He just lulled them all into one, and then that's when they come after them. But those demons were vicious.
But you see, you say that, but then I come out and I tell my brothers, there was a scene where in Game of Thrones when they're hiding in the crypt, and when the Ice King raises the dead, those guys wake up too.
They just popped up out of nowhere. So, but then Gandalf helps in Lord of the Rings. So you had some magic behind you where they didn't have. I mean, they had dragons, but they didn't have magic behind them.
No.
And
they had Brian, the guy that could see everything.
Yes.
I mean, the character I felt so bad for throughout the whole series was Theon.
Oh.
Theon Greyjoy. I felt bad for him. He got everything cut off.
Yeah, he lost more than one limb, that's for sure.
You know, and he redeemed himself.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Eventually.
And then the guy that got eaten by his own dog, that was coming.
You have a dog that big and you keep him around flesh. Of course, he's gonna look at you past the chew toy after a certain time period.
And you didn't feed him for 7 days.
You don't feed him for 7 days. You should be eaten.
You should have ran to the chainsaws.
Exactly.
You're still gonna.
What's the matter? You don't know how to use an arrow? Get himself a squirrel, some sort of snack to keep him from looking at you like, hey, kibble some bits.
Yeah. But those two. So which battle scene is better? We still haven't answered that. Which battle scene is better? I'm gonna go, and I'm sorry, my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Battle of the Ice, the Night King. That's the I'm
gonna have to go against you on that one because I mean, they both are equally good. But if I had to go with my own scale, I'm gonna go with the Lord of the Rings because just watching Gandalf and then watching the Elven clan jump in, and then the Elven clan to the Dwarf clan. That little man makes me laugh, but he is not afraid of its height. Doesn't mean a damn thing to him. It's just who's going to have more bodies done at the end of the day, you or me? And it became a contest. It wasn't even like, are they scared? No,
my favorite scene in Lord of the Rings was what it looks like out there. The little guy tells the elf. And he describes, he goes, should I lift you up on a box?
Yes. Yeah. So for that, it's like it had a little bit of fear, humor, and definite total action. I'm going with the Lord of the Rings on this one, man, because wow.
Mr. Producer.
I have to agree, and for different reasons. Lord of the Rings because of the cutscenes on the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Going from one fight to the next fight, it's not just that one person fighting.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like with the other one, it was 2 to 3 minutes of one person fighting, and then it'll cut to another. So it didn't really catch my attention as much as.
Because it grabbed every character, so you could see what every character is doing.
And you said they didn't have magic. They did have magic. The red lady.
The red lady, but her and Gandalf. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yo, it freaked me out when she took off that necklace and she was an old raggedy hag.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 400.
And he went from Gandalf the Great to Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
Still at same age.
Half of those movies are like that, if you notice.
Mm-hmm.
That the wizard is very old, and that's the reason why they need to kill people.
And of course, from my favorite quote, and I usually say that to my ex-wife whenever she comes around: "You shall not pass."
Yeah.
Stay out and close the damn door.
Wish there was a shield like that, right?
Oh my God, I love that, bro. So I'm there.
This is the last day we see Mo.
Then she just comes out, but you are my precious.
Yes.
You are my
my God, my precious! No.
Yeah. All right.
And that too, you got Smeagol in the midst of it all, trying to backstab everybody in the middle of it all.
Well, the same thing could be said. We had the dwarf in Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
But he wasn't
Smeagol. No. That boy was demented.
But overall, I'm going to have to go with Game of Thrones because, I don't know, that was the only part of the whole, not trilogy because they had like 4 of them, but through the whole thing, that was the best part of all 4 of them.
You're talking about Lord of the Rings, because you said Games. I was like, wow, okay.
I'm sorry, the Lord of the Rings, out of all of them they had, that was the most memorable parts.
Yep.
Besides Precious.
Yeah.
But Game of Thrones, you had a couple more extra moments that you could remember and you would want to go see.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know,
Yeah, it's
like I'll see Game of Thrones again.
Yeah.
But I'll be like, I'll watch Lord of the Rings, maybe tomorrow. Or maybe the next day. You know, I'm not in a rush to see.
Game of Thrones caught me in the first 10 minutes when
It caught me on the hello.
when the little kid gets thrown off because he witnessed the brother and sister going at it.
Yep.
Yo.
Oh, there was a guy in that one too?
Yeah,
there's a guy in that one too.
But I
I
mean,
gotta watch it again. I'm missing these guys.
in those days, that was natural to keep the pure blood.
Yes.
That was natural.
Yeah, but then they call it incestual, and now they just call it Southern.
Yeah,
Southern loving.
yeah.
mm-hmm.
It was. I mean, Game of Thrones. All right, next subject.
Next subject, exactly.
Because one of my favorite scenes also is watching the lady from Terminator, the series, walking down the steps naked. Yes.
No words.
None at all.
This is it. This is it. That's all I gotta say. This is it.
Yeah. She could have made me walk a lot better.
I am healed.
Yes.
It's a miracle.
That would have been my night name over there.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I am healed by looking at you.
Now,
wait, before you start your next subject, we might have to go into a commercial break right about now.
okay,
So
we'll do that
we'll be right back.
for some more Nerdoricans. Stay tuned.
Greetings to all parents seeking an educational and entertaining show for your child. Look no further as I am delighted to introduce you to Raiden's World. Hosted by the talented Raiden Laloma. This captivating show immerses young viewers in a world of imagination, science, and more, making learning a delightful experience. If you have Roku TV, simply download the LDM Network channel app or visit www.raidensworld.com for updates, games and more. Also stay updated by following the show on Instagram. Raiden's World is carefully crafted to engage children in a fun and educational manner, fostering their curiosity and love for learning. The show offers a unique blend of entertainment and knowledge, ensuring that your child's educational needs are met while they enjoy the wonders of Raiden's adventures. We invite you to join us on this educational voyage that promises not only to entertain your child but also to expand their horizons. It is the perfect combination of fun and learning, creating a wholesome viewing experience for both children and parents alike. So, why wait any longer? Dive into the world of Raiden's World today and witness the magic unfold before your eyes. Thank you for choosing us to be a part of your child's educational journey.
Come, let's play.
LDM Radio.
Come, let's play. Fun is what we crave.
Let's go. You're listening to New York City's LDM Radio. Another long stretch of continuous music. Back into time. Flashback.
Make my move, gonna live my dream, gonna make my
New York City's LDM Radio.
The best radio station in the world is right here, right now.
So that was a good. Did you watch Daredevil? You know, wait for that.
Welcome back again
Again.
to Nerdoricans. And in case you forgot, I'm Crazy Leg Lou.
I'm Loose Legs Mo. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. Or not.
We're gonna change the subject and do a little thing here where
Okay. Talk to me.
Daredevil.
I should have waited. Okay. Daredevil. What am I going to say here? Are you asking me if I watched?
Did you watch the latest episode? And if y'all didn't watch it, too bad.
Too bad. There's going to be some spoilers in this.
Yes.
So put your legs in. Not your legs.
Yeah.
Put your fingers in your ears. If you can do your legs, give me a call.
Any female out there that put legs in their ears.
Give us a call. Yeah. Look us up on the LDM Network.
Yes.
So, okay, I'm like, wow. I mean, from the beginning of the episode, how things are just slowly piecing together, especially with Matt piecing it together as to what happened to Foggy.
Yes.
And I'm like, and it's like one of those like moments in the soap opera. It's like, yes, now you found out. Métele un pecosa right there. So I'm waiting for that pecosa moment. But it's like that's not coming. And then the height of it, like I can count on scenes. All I gotta say is favorite scenes. Vanessa scene when Fist shows the lover that she had, and then what she does, gangster. That's all I gotta say, gangster.
That came down to a choice. You either love me or you love him. And she chose.
Oh yeah, she chose.
She chose Fist.
And the way she chose, I was like, gangster, all the way gangster, bro. You gotta love that. And then next scene is when he's putting it all together, and he has that moment with him and Poindexter in the room. Bullseye.
Yes.
And what he does to him on the jail, I was like, ooh. But then it didn't make sense at first. Okay, you pissed at him. Bang, bang, bang.
And then he said, thank you.
Exactly.
And then the reason why he said thank you was because little did we know, he loosened the tooth, which helped him escape the jail.
And I'm like, because when I saw that scene that he's in the infirmary, I'm like, and I didn't notice the part was here. I just saw his hands. He said, dude, his hands are freeze. And you have him near scissors. What is wrong with you?
Yes.
But I didn't realize he had straps on this end. I just saw the hands. And then when he came with the tooth, like, I was like, oh, snap. Phew, right in the eye, bro. In the eye. I mean, coño, that was disgusting. But I was like, what? This man is that man is a weapon with anything, even his own damn tooth. And he's the one that cracked it, too.
Yeah.
Because when I looked back at it again, there's that scene. I was like, what? Cracking your neck? I'm like,
that devil loosened it, and he just finished it.
He just used it as a weapon. His own tooth, okay? That'll tell you something.
Yeah.
And then when he got out, I was like, what? To see him at the ball, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But then, best parts there at the ball is just that Fisk invited a lot of people who are vigilantes.
Yeah, that surprised me.
It did.
When the swordsman.
Mm-hmm, the swordsman.
That means he might make an appearance.
And the funny thing is he took him into the room, and Matt's listening, and that he's telling them, it's like, you're going to make a donation. Yeah. You're going to be a good guy. You're going to make a donation. You're going to go away. You're not going to come out because his task force will find you. His task force will find you and take you out. I'm like, ooh. I'm like,
I want to see how BB is going to do. Because the commissioner has no power over his task force.
Nope.
And that's going to be interesting.
That is going to be interesting.
And they have maybe, 3 more episodes to tell that story? I think it's 10.
No, it's 1 more.
Is it 1 more?
Remember, they started filming, and spoiler alert, that's when you're definitely going to know. You're going to have to cover your ears. They already started filming season 2.
Right. But now my thing is the series going to go into 8 episodes or 10?
I would like it to go to 10. I don't know what you think, but I think 10 would be good. 10 is a good number.
They can't finish it off in the next episode.
No, they can't. No.
So,
but it's going to be a damn cliffhanger. You know how much I hate those things.
Yes.
Putos are going to make me wait.
That scene when they're dancing, and Fisk is whispering because he knows Matt could hear every word. That was
awesome,
unique.
Awesome.
I've never seen anything.
And then there's that moment where the frame shrinks in some way. I forgot because my daughter mentioned what the frame does when he turns on his ears. The way the frame
cuts into his a close shot of his.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She loves it when that's as I said. And she explained why. It's because it focuses on his senses, not like in the way like in the Netflix series. He just talks. He just turns his head. He talks, and he knows that somebody's coming. But at least in the Disney, they focused on that and try to give it, the ability, its own life. Mm-hmm. And then that whole boom, and I'm like, oh. But the way that ended. I mean, first the conversation,
and I'm sorry.
and then the dance with Vanessa.
Yes,
that's when everything started coming together. I'm like, oh, what?
And I'm sorry to say this, but that dance scene when he's dressed in white and she's dressed in red, It was reminiscent, and the way they shot it too. That one scene when they standing posed, it was reminiscent of the Joker and Harley Quinn.
Oh yes,
the cover.
Yes, it does.
Yes,
yes,
that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Wow! Now I'm gonna look at that one again because I did. It's like in every little bit. I'll put it this way: Daredevil was one of those shows you got to pay attention to. You hear, take note because they're not throwing Easter eggs at you. They're throwing it right at you, and you got to catch that or be lost. Like again, favorite scene out of all is the scene with White Tiger when Matt Murdock visits him in jail, and then again that's the one that touched me the most.
When he's talking about the island.
The beaches he's from,
yes,
the coqui, and how they mate for life, and then every night they're singing to their mate, for their mate to find them. It's like that scene alone is like
those 3 episodes that covered the White Tiger. That to me was the best. Of Daredevil.
Hell yeah!
It was. Maybe it's because we are of Spanish heritage, and it touched a nerve. But I felt that was.
I mean, there are other Latino heroes. I mean, Blue Beetle,
yes,
Mexican, and then you have the heritage of Mexicans. But there's no difference in the sense of their family and their connection.
No.
But for me as a Boricua, we both Boricuas here, both Ricans, and we hear something talked about as far as our heritage is concerned. Whether it's the food
and it was
or the beautiful
written.
beaches of Puerto Rico, to the one thing that for all of us that stands out the most, a coqui.
Yeah.
That little coqui. And I'm telling you, it's wonderful. And that touched me. And then fast forward to that ballroom scene. Yo, the way it ended, I'm like saying, I'm still trying to figure out why he did that.
Yeah.
Watch it. You'll see what I mean. But he did something, and there's a purpose behind it. He just didn't do it out of, I must save him. No, because that's the one dude I think he would do anything to save. And I'm like, wow. And again, I hope there's no cliffhangers.
Even Poindexter was surprised.
Hell yeah.
That
That's when you know it's like, wait, you helped me get out. It's like he set all that in motion for a purpose. Because the thank you did not come because, whatever. That was something he thought of. Especially, I love how he said, he started smashing his head into the table. I'm like, what the? And then he says, thank you. And he's like, father you.
Yeah.
That
was,
I'm telling you, this show, so well written. So well written. Especially because it's not one of those, like, it is at the edge of your seat type of thing, but it's like, listen.
I'm thinking, did they get all new writers for the Disney version?
You know what? I have to look into that.
Because the original Daredevil was good. The Netflix version.
Mm-hmm.
But
no argument.
But this one
has more.
More feel, more gotcha moments, more of what I say you got to pay attention. The only thing I don't like is that they don't show him in his outfit
yet
too much. Like in the Netflix versions, they build up to it.
Oh yeah.
And then in the last season, he wore it a lot.
Oh yeah.
But in this one, he's
not so much. But the times he did, it was in the right time. Like when he went after Muse. Oh man, that first fight in the underground train station, I was like, what?
The better one was when he was helping his
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or as she put it, I helped myself and he helped himself. Like, really? You're gonna go there?
Wait till she finds out he's Daredevil.
Oh yes. When she finds out,
she's gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah, her world's gonna get rocked in so many different ways. It was like when he told Paige. But he didn't tell Paige. He had the bag and he had his helmet. And he says, and then he pulls it out. He says, I'm Daredevil. And then bang.
Yeah.
Fade to black. I'm like, why you do that? I hate cliffhangers, bro. Yeah. Make me wait for another season. And this one, I know it's coming, bro. I can smell it, bro. It's coming.
If she does get upset, why do you think we should be more upset about him being Daredevil, him not telling her, or her not realizing it?
Not so much her not realizing. I think it's the first two.
I would say, since this is a woman we're talking about, I'm going to say all three. All three are going to come out at once. Like one, he didn't tell me. And Puto's going to get it. Two, your Daredevil, Puto's going to get double on that one, bro. And the fact that I'm a psychiatrist and I couldn't see the signs, that's triple Puto on me.
Yeah.
That's why I think she's going to get more upset.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't see it.
And
supposed to.
And I'm not trying to get on you ladies, but I know already, especially when it comes to Latin women especially, y'all not going to forget this.
Yeah, I don't forget so easily.
No. I can see a frying pan in his future when he's not listening to it.
And
not looking at it. See, I say listening to it.
And please forgive us. We are out of time.
Yeah. But we'll be back with some more Puerto Rican on the next episode. So until then, live long and prosper, guys.
Join the force.
Join the force.
Join the force. Not may the force be with you. Join the force.
Oh, yeah. Well, we offer cookies. Imperial cookies.
Mo will eat it all.
If they're there, they're going to be eaten.